Welcome back to Potentially Ill-Conceived Productions here in Arizona. As always, I am Phil, your gatekeeper. Today, because I had mentioned a couple videos back that I have not had a large history in cigars. I've not smoked a lot of Honduran cigars. I picked up an H. Upmann 1844 Reserve, which is a Honduran Puro. We have a Connecticut shade-grown wrapper, Honduran Connecticut shade-grown wrapper, and the binder and the fillers on this cigar are also from Honduras, though I don't know if it's Corojo or Criollo, the variety. All I know is that it's all from Honduras. This is a medium-bodied cigar. It's a 5 by, I think this is a 5 by 50. So let's do a dry draw on this puppy and see what we got here. Nuttiness, a little bit of almost like a musty taste. Which I think is more along the line of that nuttiness and maybe the hay smell flavor that I've picked up in other cigars. But let's fire this up and see what we got going on. I'm going to add more flame to this. And yes, I know if I had a torch rather than using matches, then I would not have to do that. But my torches have not come in yet, so there is that. Okay, let's talk about H. Upmann. He was a German banker, and he opened up, actually in 1843 he went to Cuba and working for the company that he was working for, and he was a business developer with this banker, or with this banking company that he worked for. And he looked around and he saw the tobacco industry and he saw the potential for it, and he bought a factory and opened up his own factory in 1844, making H. Upmann one of the longest lived brands out there. Now, with the Cuban Revolution that came around in the 50s, and the result of it is his tobacco company was taken over, and even though they still make cigars in Cuba, in the United States, we now have to get them through a different company. There is the Cuban portion of the tobacco industry and the non-Cuban part of the tobacco industry. But anyway, he had become known for these medium-bodied cigars, of which this is one. Now, I said this is shade-grown wrapper, which the shade-grown leaves are thinner than sun-grown. Sun-grown, with full sun, they get the benefit of full sun. With shade-grown, there's a shade cloth. I don't know if you've seen it in garden centers and that, but that's the kind of shade cloth that they use to shade these guys, and takes out a certain percentage of sun, which, with them not receiving that kind of energy in the growth part of our growth, part of the life of the plant, it doesn't produce a thicker leaf like a sun-grown would. This is definitely an anytime during the day kind of cigar. You could wake up and have this with your coffee in the morning. You could have this right after a meal. It's not going to give you that full-bodied cigar feeling that you would get after a huge meal, or a meal, evening meal. It doesn't have a real easy draw on it, which kind of bugs me. I don't know why it would be so tightly wrapped. That nutty flavor keeps following itself through. This is just kind of a blah cigar. And I hate putting out reviews like this, but I've had much better cigars from other companies. Yeah, there's just not a whole lot going on with this in the way of flavor profile for anything. It's just, and this is known as a good cigar for beginners, someone just getting into smoking cigars, and I could understand that. But if I had a friend who was just getting into cigars, I don't know that I would necessarily hand this one to him to be one of his first. I would like to hand him something that has a little bit more flavor profile, not necessarily full-bodied. I would still go with a medium-bodied cigar with a new smoker, but there's other cigars out there that have a lot more flavor profile than what we got going on here. Yeah, I'm really not getting a whole lot of anything going on here. It's not as bad as one of you described, or I heard someone talking about smoking a paper bag a cigar with no flavor to it. This has a little bit to it. I mean, it's a little bit something in there, but it's just not. It's not something that I would have expected from a company that has been around since 1844. I would have expected a little bit more from it. I've gotten better flavor profile from companies that have only been around 20 years, or brands, not companies, but that have been around for 20 years, 15 years. Yeah. So, what am I thinking about this one? I'm thinking of, it's not one that I'm going to purchase again. I'm thinking that it would be good for a brand new smoker that's just trying to get used to actually smoking something, but it's not something that it's not anything that I would highly recommend to a brand new smoker. There's so many other different brands out there that have a little bit more oomph to them than what this puppy does. So anyway, H. Upmann, 1844 Reserve, sun-grown, or excuse me, shade-grown Connecticut wrapper. Let me know if you've had it. You liked it, you didn't like it. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong, you know, but the leaf journey is a very personal journey, and each one of us have their likes and their dislikes. And unfortunately, this one for me is not necessarily a like, it's just okay. With that all being said, let us know what you're smoking, because I continue to be obnoxiously nosy about what the hell's going on out there in the world around me. And I appreciate every one of you. Y'all take care of yourselves. I will catch you on the flippity.